We're going to start the episode now to everyone listening. Hi.
Liam's intros are my favorite.
Thank you, Easton. To everyone listening and or watching, it's great to have you back. We are the Three Dudes Podcast, and we have a producer with us today, Nathan. To my close right, Easton, Bobby Bennett, sporting the new shoes. Extra sporting the perfectly ripped sweatshirt at the neck.
You think so?
I've always been jealous
absolutely.
of a guy who can perfectly rip a sweatshirt.
Dude, I can't go tight necks, man. It's one of the most criminally insane things when you got a sweatshirt that's just hugging the Adam's apple.
I feel like you would be the first one to go turtleneck, though.
Oh, yeah. I think it's the extremes. You go turtleneck or you cut it. You rip it.
Would you ever rip your turtleneck?
I actually want a turtleneck.
Get one.
Yeah, I got to find the right one.
I would love to see you in a turtleneck.
Like a black. I was going to wear a turtleneck to Vegas, actually.
You know, there's never a better time than right now.
Yeah.
I think after this episode, you hop on Amazon and
find one. But here's the thing. It's getting close to Christmas. Black Friday's coming up. 3 days when you guys are listening to this.
Yep.
So that's the time when I try not to buy as much stuff, you know? Because you never know what you might get.
I was thinking about this. When did Black Friday stop being Black Friday? Because the deals are going on right now all week.
Yeah.
So
corporate greed. I think people started to realize that there's less and less disposable income. So it's like, okay, well, let's push it back. Let's give people a little bit longer. Let's try to trick them a little bit more. Because there used to be a lot of scarcity where it's like, if you're going to go get a TV, there's 2 TVs.
Yeah.
Now I can buy a TV last week, pick it up next Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, yeah, we still got you the same deal.
As well as them. I mean, if they only have 2 TVs left, they're only going to be able to sell 2 more TVs.
Yeah.
If you're going to maximize profit, why not extend the sale all week?
Yeah.
And if you need more TVs, we can get more TVs for you.
Yeah. And I think people get tricked where a price will be, let's say, $1,000 to make it easy. TV, for example, $1,000. They'll be like, oh, it's on sale. Now it says it's $1,000, but it used to be $1,500.
Yeah.
So they just kind of put like a higher price above it. I don't think that's all of the Black Friday deals, but
I think it is. It is some of them.
Well, one thing I notice is that anytime you go into Walmart and look at a TV back there, they always have like a decent amount of TVs that are marked way down.
Yeah. And TVs aren't even that expensive anymore.
Well, depends on what you get.
Right. If you want like a really nice TV, good size.
Yeah. Good size. Like 4K is not even the best TV anymore. When 4K came out, I mean, what was this, like probably like 4 or 5 years ago, whatever, maybe spitballing.
But 4K gets the job done, you know?
It's great.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But now you got QLED, OLED.
Yeah.
8K.
Yeah. Like,
I don't need that fancy shit. I got this 75-inch right behind Broden's head on the other side of that wall. I think it was $498.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I'd like something for my bedroom that takes up half the wall. I want a fat one.
They got, I don't know what you're wanting to spend, but I was at Walmart yesterday. They got like an 80-inch or an 85-inch. That was less than $1,000. $700 or $800, I think it was.
An 80-inch TV.
85, I want to say it was.
It's like a whole mural.
It's whatever. No one else is there, so I could say 85. Yeah. I wish mine was bigger. What do you got, Nathan?
Right now, there's a 70-inch at Best Buy for $399.
Yeah.
What is it, though?
It's a Insignia.
Yeah, I mean, OLED, 4K.
4K.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Basically, every TV
I want to see their dimples.
It's good enough.
Dude, trust me. 4K, you can't tell. 4K, 8K, guarantee you can't tell.
I don't know.
And everything is produced in 4K. If you're watching Netflix, all those movies are 4K. The shows are in 4K.
What if your TV isn't 4K TV?
Then it plays in 1080, but like you might have an 8K TV, not everything. You're not even going to watch it in 8K.
Right.
It's the same as like a video game. Like you could have different settings in the video game, like for your monitor. But if your monitor can't display that, then that's just not what you're going to see.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So there's no point. I guess when you put it like that, if it's only made for 4K.
Yeah. Like the Netflix, Netflix doesn't show 8K movies. So
Nathan,
what's the point of having a 8K TV?
Pull up the difference between OLED and 4K. Because I think they're made differently. I think OLED aren't they?
OLED isn't a resolution size. It's just a type of TV.
Type of light that they use in the type of pixel or whatever.
Because it's 1080, 4K, 8K, 16K.
16.
Do they have 16?
I don't know
now?
if they sell 16K TVs. I'm sure you could find one, but
In
like
Du- in
OLED,
Dubai.
you can have a 4K OLED TV. I'd assume.
Or you could have a 4K regular LED.
Yeah, that's in like the class of OLED and like LED and like some other ones, and then there's the resolution. So they all come in different types. But I think it's just like Samsung that's OLED, isn't it?
Yeah,
Or
or
like
that's the one I always see. Or
It's,
OLED.
it's just like marketing things where it's like, oh, well, we have OLED, or
Yeah.
it's not actually.
Plasma. Plasma's burn into the screen. Did you know that? If you leave it on a screen too long. I remember growing up, my dad had a plasma TV in the basement. And if you leave it on like the home screen of a video game for too long, it burns in. So then you'll go play it the next day and it's just got like outlines of the start button and the back button. It's crazy.
Sweet.
So ever since then, I was like, I'm not ever buying a plasma TV. But it's cool because when you actually watch a movie, like plasma does look better. But if you're burning things in there, man, it's never good.
It would
So
have
you
to
always
be on
have
there
to
for a
tend to it.
while. Well, unless you turn it off.
Few hours though.
Is all it takes.
Mm.
So if you fall asleep accidentally,
Oh, 100%.
you're done for.
Yeah. Who falls asleep at the start page of a video game though?
A bum.
All right, I think that's enough TV talk. I don't know if people care about.
Some people do. Black
yeah.
Friday's coming up, man. You might be itching for a TV. I'd get one.
Yeah, how many of
I'd
you
like to get one.
go out on Black Friday? Let us
Well, it's
know
not
that.
even a thing anymore. Like it used to be at 6 a.m. doors open. Now
Yeah,
it's
you would fist fight people.
2 a.m. Then it's 6 p.m. the night before, and now
Right,
it's
that's
like,
what
And now they've extended it to
If
a
I
week
was
long.
Yeah.
working at a place like that, like Kohl's, for example, and they were like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to be here at 5:30 Thanksgiving." What?
It's Gray Thursday.
I don't know, dude. What? You ever go to Modern Warfare midnight releases?
Oh, for sure.
I didn't, so I
Pick
don't
your
have.
poison. I don't know.
I went to one of the Call of Duty midnight releases, and then I went with a buddy when either the PS3 or the PS4 dropped. Whenever one of those did for the midnight release for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time I had my buddy's friend, his mom, buy GTA 5 for me because my parents wouldn't get it for me because it has violence and strip clubs.
I had to do the same thing.
And I was probably like 12 or 13. We were pretty young when it came out.
We must have been like freshmen, maybe.
Yeah, peak age of wanting to see what's in GTA 5.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My buddy bought it, gave it to me, told his mom that his broke, and his mom bought him another
Yeah.
one.
Yep. And then my parents found out. They walked in. They're like, "What are you playing?" I'm like, "Better just take the disc out of the game. Like, but might as well just pop that eject button right there." And they took it away for a couple weeks and then gave it back. So worth it, 100%.
Right on. See,
Shout out Holly Barch. Appreciate you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
you know, to pull off a big heist, you got to take a small hit.
I like that. Where did you hear that?
I read this story of this kid one time that his dad was gone for the weekend, and he wanted to see boobs on the TV, and so he went to the boobs channel, and he
Plasma.
no close
Burned in.
burned.
That's how I got
paused it.
caught.
Yeah. Oh, there's
What's a big set of jugs on my TV?
Yeah. And so he bought it, so he knew that he was going to get the letter in the mail, and so he got the letter, and then he mocked up the entire letter like on Photoshop, and he typed in like the Titanic, and his dad was like, "Why is there a $10 charge on my card for whatever, like for the TV provider?" He
Yeah.
didn't say the thing. He goes, "Oh, it was this bill that you got in the mail. I rented the Titanic while you were gone."
The Titanic.
Smart.
It's great. It's great. Why Titanic though?
I don't know.
You know?
I mean, I think I just subbed that in. It could have been anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
I
that.
suppose you could have watched the Titanic and saw the boobs anyway. But it
Yeah,
wouldn't
two
have
for
been-
one.
Yeah, it wouldn't have
Two
been
birds
nearly
stoned
good.
at once.
There you go.
Yeah.
But
Two
also,
stoned birds.
and to my left is Broden.
Yeah.
Let's
With-
round this
yeah.
all the way back. To my left, Broden Wonderlick.
With not new shoes.
Not,
Yeah.
no, I think you've been wearing those for 29 years.
And I'm going to wear them for 29 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are sporting the new Pursuing Par golf hat, though.
Yeah, this thing's
No, I'm
nice.
not sure if you've
Okay.
worn that yet. You're casual. You wouldn't call that pink, would you?
Salmon-ish.
Yeah. Salmon
Yeah.
sweatshirt.
Salmon.
Salmon.
Salmonander.
Yeah.
What's that animal?
Salamander?
Yeah.
And today we're going to talk about the Ice Age.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is Liam.
Yeah, I'm here too.
I want to give a Vegas update first.
Yeah, please. Yeah,
Guys,
I
was in Vegas this past weekend. That's where I got these new shoes. Something about buying new shoes. I will say, you never want to buy new shoes until you buy new shoes. And then you're like, new shoes are nice, man. The reason I bought new shoes is because the day we left, I could not figure out what smelled like absolute shit everywhere I went. And I was like, I don't know if it's me. Like, I'm getting self-conscious. Driving to Bismarck, we flew out of Bismarck. So I'm like sitting in the car. I kept smelling something. Like, I swear to God, it's me or it's someone else in this car. So then I left the people that were in the car, still smelled it. I was like, it's got to be me. So ended up finding out that it's definitely my feet. So I just went to Vegas, bought shoes, and just left my shoes in the closet at the Flamingo.
Really?
Yeah.
What a time bomb you left for whoever has to come clean that closet.
That's like some Ed and Eddie prank type shit right there.
So, and I've never been a throw away the shoes kind of guy. Like, I just, once I have shoes and I don't wear them anymore, they just retire them and they sit in my closet or on my shoe rack thing.
Yeah.
Do you guys throw away your shoes?
I've been wearing the same shoes forever. I can't remember if I've thrown away a pair of shoes. Really, I just keep them. I mean, now I got a pair of lawn mowing shoes.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Become working shoes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I never throw away shoes. And then my girlfriend said, why don't you throw them away? You're never going to wear them. There's one pair of Nike shoes that I have that the plastic piece on the inside like broke. So every time I wear them, it just scrapes into my skin, just starts digging a hole. Those are shoes to throw away. And I just have never thrown them away. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I'll fix those one day.
You have a pair of red, like warrior shoes.
Those are my lawn mowing shoes.
You've had since we were 12.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You want to know how I got those shoes?
Found them in the closet.
Nope. Me and Broden's old job, golf course.
Oh yeah.
Boss said we were stealing, or not we, said I was stealing passes to golf at the golf course and giving them to my dad, when really my dad bought them at an auction for this one lady's, like, her kid died or something like that. So they had this auction, gave away a bunch of stuff. He bought them there, went and used them, accused me of stealing them. So then my mom went in and was screaming. She's like, you accused my kid of stealing shit. We got those at an auction for someone's death, blah, blah, blah. So then the next day he called me and he's like, oh, I got these pair of shoes. They don't fit. You want them? Just gave me a new pair of shoes. So I was like, sick.
As a sorry?
Yeah, kind of. He didn't ever say it was like a sorry, but it was weird timing that he's like, here's a brand new pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Enjoy. So, yeah.
That guy was a dick. I hated that guy.
He'll remain unnamed.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'll
Broden
air
was
his ass out right now.
Do it.
His name was Chris. Chris something. Chris Fat Boy or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I did not like him.
He
Didn't like me.
He liked me because I played hockey. He's a hockey guy, so had a good bond. But yeah, that's when I got those lawn mowing shoes. But yeah, so I left my shoes in Vegas. I've never been a shoe throwaway guy, but once I did get the shoes, I was like, this is nice.
Were your feet leaking or what's going on? What's the source of the smell here?
I just think when I work, and I don't know if I just get bad smelly feet, but like if I'm standing, I wear my shoes for 12 hours straight, start to get a little aroma.
Get a little musky.
Yeah.
You need a little boot dryer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a wet, dry issue. I think it's more so just.
Well,
like
if they
your
get
feet
wet with sweat,
Yeah.
and
then
you
it
put them on
doesn't
this
dry
boot
out.
dryer, it actually does good by keeping some of the stench away.
Yeah, I think I like having the natural course of just get rid of those shit shoes.
it's probably about time.
Yeah.
Are you a big shoe throwaway guy now?
I am now. I threw away two
Huge advocate.
after I got from Vegas. I'm like garbage.
Donate them. Be a good person.
I wouldn't
Give them
do
the
that to
Goodwill
Steve.
or the Restore or
I want
something.
those stinky ass shoes.
Maybe they do.
A bum. A bum will take them.
Busted ass shoes. So yeah, threw away the shoes. It was nice though.
Hell yeah. And you made a good choice. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I like your shoes.
I've wanted these shoes forever, and I always thought they were super expensive. For the people listening, they're like Nike Dunk something,
Dunk
black
lows.
and white. And I always thought they're like $350, $400. Come to find out, those are Pandas. I don't know what a Panda is compared to like a Nike Dunk Low, but I'm in the elevator at the Flamingo, and the Nike Pandas are like $350, $400. The girl in the elevator goes, "Oh my God, I love your Pandas. These were $100." And I was like, sick, thanks. So I'm like, they pass as Pandas. Yeah. Even the people that know what Pandas are getting fooled. Got myself a steal of a deal. So, yeah. And then the other big purchase I made down there, I told myself, I went to the Apple store and they got those big over-ear AirPod Max. And I said, if I win big on craps, I'm coming back to buy these. And the next day, those are Pandas.
Yeah.
Those are highs.
Those
though.
are the high
Do
top
they sell
ones, yeah.
those?
It's the only thing I could find.
So,
that
dude,
had
what's the
Nike and
difference?
Panda.
What's the difference, you know?
Other than the high top.
Yeah.
Well, high tops are typically made to be like the more limited style models.
Yeah.
I mean, they do
You
it
don't roll
for
your ankle.
lows, but lows aren't as popular as the high tops. So
I think those look better.
Yeah.
I think you pull those off.
I don't
better
think
than
I
high
can.
top.
I can't rock a high top.
Either
I've
can
always
I.
wanted to.
You wear your Chucks that are high tops.
Yeah,
You look good in a nice pair of high
I
top
want
shoes.
to. I really want to. There was a pair that I was looking at for high tops. They're one of those limited edition releases, and I should have pulled the trigger when they were cheap. But then the scalpers got to them, and now they're like $500.
Got to 'em.
Fucking scavengers.
Yeah, it was
Just
terrible.
flock around like a flock of pigeons.
Nathan, pull up the Rookie of the Year.
The movie?
No, the shoes. I wanted these ones really bad. And also my ex-girlfriend told me I can't wear them because people with my color of skin don't wear high top shoes like that. And I said, for as you being politically correct, that was not a very cool statement.
Yeah.
Look at those.
Those are pretty sweet. $400 though. Double timestamp this for us, Nathan. We'll throw some pictures on screen for the peeps.
Was that say $390?
$390. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
How much were they when you were looking at them?
It was right when they dropped. So like right when they drop, they sell for like a flat, like regular, like 100, 120.
Yeah.
But then they only make so many. And then so people buy 10 pairs and then they sell them for
400.
Yeah.
So that's how they
God,
get you.
that's insane.
exactly.
I'm so I'm kind of glad, but I'm kind of not glad that I'm not totally into fashion and clothes as much as you guys are.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm way more
Try it.
casual about it than you guys are for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You should try.
I might.
I don't know how, because every time I do it, somebody's like, "What do you got there,
When you
man?"
try though, bro. You do better.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have a good taste, I guess.
Yeah, you do.
I like
You're,
my
you're
taste.
discounting yourself.
I
Well,
like.
I'll
my
give you
taste.
step one. Those shoes you can't wear with a dressy outfit. That's your.
These.
Yeah, that's my first. Piece
No,
of advice.
these are like podcast and grocery
are-
shopping shoes.
No, those are change your oil shoes.
Those are oil.
Dude, these things.
if you press
have-
those things,
these
resin
have
would come out.
been through so much with me.
I believe this.
Dude,
You
yesterday.
wore them through every life event. I think you used to wear those on the baseball field. I'm like, bro, put your cleats on. You're like,
Dude,
no.
we got a game coming up.
Yeah.
Those moccasins I always wear. Carolyn does not like them for whatever reason. I'm not sure. I like them. They're comfy. And we were going to go out to dinner last night, and I started putting my foot inside the moccasin, and she looks at me and she goes,
You just get the side eye.
I just get the side eye and I go, fine. And I took my foot out and I put these on.
That's what I said. I was with my girlfriend at Walmart, and I was like, "Dude, I want a nice pair of moccasins, kind of like the ones Liam has." I was like, "Those look great," and she's like, "You no." I'm like, "Why?"
She's like, I've seen Liam. Okay. We don't need that look.
They're,
Moccasin look, man.
I'm not sure
They're
what.
super comfortable, but they're hard to, I guess I don't know if I've seen your moccasins, but it's hard to pull it off unless you're like skinning a bear.
These
I can
are
picture that.
the moccasins that he has, and they're like the classic moccasin.
That doesn't help me. I don't know what the classic moccasin is or the non-classic.
I'm pretty sure that is the brand name of it.
Classic moccasin.
No, just moccasin. I could be wrong. I can't remember.
Oh, so it's like a tissue Kleenex issue.
A Band-Aid thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Band-Aid's not. That's
Band-Aid
just
is
a
a brand. Yeah.
What do you call the sticky adhesives that cover wounds?
A bandage.
A bandage?
No.
An adhesive
I
bandage.
never once said, could you please give me a bandage?
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
You've
don't,
never been
or
in the
like a
military.
frisbee thing.
Shot in the leg.
Yeah.
Like a frisbee is like a brand name.
It's a name, not a brand. Moccasin.
Do you got a picture of him?
So what is a frisbee?
A frisbee, like what do you actually call it?
Yeah.
A disc is what they actually
Really?
call it.
No.
Yes.
Okay, in
I
frisbee
watched-
golf, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
he
yeah,
does.
I've seen your moccasins.
Those are
Yeah.
those are mildly fashionable. They have little lace
Yeah.
on them. Yeah.
You put that
Comfy.
in like you wear those like when I see that like a grandpa's house morning sweatpants, you know.
Yep. Perfect. Perfect.
They also
in-house
don't
shoes.
look bad with jeans. You can wear jeans with them, and
I've done it before.
yeah, some joggers, some sweatpants.
It's hard
They
for
look,
me to agree with you on
I
that,
think they look good with everything.
It's hard for me to agree with Broden on that.
See, I told you, people don't like
You
my
wear moccasins and jeans.
Hell yeah, dude.
I've done it before.
I'd have to see that look.
I didn't do it to make a statement.
A casual Saturday night little bar top sitting and having a beer.
I guess it depends on the whole fit. You have
You're
to
not
wear
going
a
to wear
vest too, for sure.
You are a vest wearer though, too.
Well,
you do wear it.
Here's the thing though.
I like
Are they
wearing a
boot
vest.
cut jeans or like?
I don't.
If it's boot cut, I'm getting
No.
further away.
Not
Running
like
in the
boot
opposite
cut,
direction.
like bell bottom
Like
jeans
these.
here.
Like these are like
Yeah, just
these are the most perfect jeans I've ever worn in my life. They're slim fit, but they're not tight. Like they're the most regular, like slim tapered down to the ankle, like not too much.
You guys ever got your pants hemmed?
Never.
no.
Oh my God, it's life changing. I buy Lulu pants and they fit good, but I'm like, man, I just wish they were a little bit shorter so they weren't just like, that baggy feeling you get at the top of your shoes. I just
Yeah.
want them to sit like an end right here. See a little bit of ankle. You get them tailored up, maybe tighten a little bit around the ankle, get that European look going.
Yeah.
So much better.
Did you do
When
it?
yeah,
You don't
all
want
my
that.
Lulu pants are tailored.
You don't want
Who'd you have do it?
Damn, okay.
My grandma.
Sorry.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I just say cut them up. She pins them to my
Grandma's
leg.
name is Taylor?
Yep.
Sweet.
Who's that? I was gonna make a Taylor joke. I can't remember that black football player named Taylor.
Jonathan.
Nope. I think he died. Washington Commanders. He's in a glass box.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways,
On display at the stadium?
yeah, not his live body, but a statue of him. Yeah. But yeah, so Vegas. I'm trying to think what else I want to update you guys on. One thing. Oh yes, the second purchase. So I walked past the Apple store and I said, if I win big on craps, I'm buying these headphones. They're $550. So
Okay.
go play craps. Shane is getting ready in the room. We're going to the Golden Knights game that night and play craps. Hit another, not another 4-point fire bet because I've never hit a 4-point, but last time I hit 2 5-point fire bets. Hit a 4-point fire bet. Made, I think I cashed out $1,000, and I was like, perfect. I can automatically go buy these headphones. So next day,
Sick.
went and bought them. Didn't buy them with the cash that I had won. Obviously, I bought them business expense, which is nice. So then I could lose that cash. But yeah, that was the other big purchase. Really enjoyed doing that. And then the other update, went to Nate Bargatze.
Nice.
We as a group went to Nate Bargatze here last
yes,
summer.
we did.
Still hilarious.
Yeah.
Literally funniest guy ever. And then the last thing is went and ate at Hell's Kitchen. Have you guys ever went and ate at like a super fancy restaurant?
No. No, man.
I don't think so.
So me neither until Sunday night. And I go down, talk to the Caesars Rewards people, and I say, hey, I'm pretty sure I have like a credit, $100 credit or something. She's like, yeah, let me pull up your account. She's like, yeah, you have $100 dining credit. So she hands me, she's like, make sure you use it tonight because you're checking out tomorrow. So if you don't use it, you lose it. Slides me over a piece of paper. It has a list of had to be like 50 to 60 different restaurants we can go there and use this dining credit. So I'm like, oh, let's go across the street. Hell's Kitchen, Gordon Ramsay. We'll go there. I mean, it's kind of expensive. I think our meal ended up being like $205, $210. But we had $100 off. So I was like, that's not bad, right?
Yeah.
Go there, have they're like, oh, you need to make a reservation. I'm like, oh, shit. So make a reservation. We got an hour. Come back in an hour. And in my head, I'm thinking, this food is going to be overhyped, right? Like, how good can food be? You know?
Good.
Pretty good.
So I'm like,
It can be good.
I'm like, how can I pay $65 for a steak? Because that's what we got. Me and Jen each got a filet mignon. Our appetizer was a lobster tartare or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it. And I'm telling her, I'm like, I don't know how to eat lobster. I've never ate lobster before. She's like, they'll bring you tools. I'm like, I'm like, okay.
You're at a
she's like,
construction site.
yeah. She's like, usually you just do it with my hands. She's like, they'll bring you tools. And I'm like, okay, I guess they're bringing me the hammer and jaws of life and
A
stuff.
chisel,
but-
maybe?
Was there a
Yeah.
dress code?
They didn't tell you there's a dress code, but she was wearing a dress and I had like a green button down shirt. So like we would have passed. And that's the other thing. We sat down, we felt so out of place, incredibly out of place. There's 2 guys sitting next to us, full suits. They walked over like a stand. You know those stands when you're playing yard games and you stick in the ground, you can stick your beer in it. It's like a standing cup holder, like that, but bigger. They set it next to their table, put ice in it, put a bottle of wine in there, draped a cloth over top of it. Just a bottle of wine right next to your table. And I'm like, wow, I'm out of place, right? We each had a glass of wine, $20 for one glass. And they give you about not even enough to change your contacts.
Did you try to sommelier the wine a little bit? And
They
look
did it
like
for you.
Yeah.
Well, they poured it and she's like, would you like to try it? He's like, try it and tell me if you like it.
Spin it around.
So, I joked with that. I was like, and I did a long nose pull, and I'm like, yep, looks good. So yeah, it was really good, and I was like, I'm gonna be this wine snob. Which now in the last week I've become a wine snob. I think I got a wine cooler upstairs. Really? My girlfriend's mom gave us today.
Yeah.
Like a little. He's probably sticking his headphones out. He's leaving.
That meme. My uncle's super big into wine.
Dude, I've tried 6 different bottles of red wine, and actually what last night was like a Pinot Noir. Yeah. They all taste the fucking same to me.
They all taste like shit to me.
They're not
I
shitty.
hate wine.
I think wine's good.
Whoa.
I hate it. I hate especially red wine. Yeah. No.
I'm not a huge fan of red wine, but a nice white wine.
This is my kind of wine right
See,
here.
red wine is very
tart.
Gives you that.
It's dry,
you know?
Yeah. I thought the red wine was the dry wine.
Yeah.
It is.
It gives you like your mouth feels like cottony almost.
White or red?
Red.
Yeah. I said white.
Yeah.
Yeah, white wine is like sweet and tastes like juice kind of. Yeah.
I'm more into that. I will have a good red wine if it's the right one.
I hate the aftertaste of all of it because it's all kind of got the same aftertaste.
I don't think it's bad. But yeah, so I'm kind of a wine snob now. I got 6 bottles upstairs probably.
This is like the final step, dude, in me.
I was gonna
hit you in the head.
Here's the thing. I was gonna come on the show today with a glass of wine and see what you said, Broden. And if you would have given me shit about it.
Oh, for sure. That would have.
Yeah, you know what? If you would,
yeah,
I would have probably had to draw the line there as well.
Yeah. Considering last episode, Liam and I were having scotch on the rocks, and then you're gonna come in with a glass
of wine, man. Yeah. Or a nice suit. Maybe we should do an episode on wines.
Should we do a dress up episode?
That's really smart.
Where we all come in some 5-piece suits and just be fancy snobs.
I'd have to acquire a 5-piece suit.
Yeah, me too.
Well, do you have any sort of suit?
Yeah, the pants don't fit. Found that out last week.
I have one suit.
Really acquire some new pants.
Yeah, I got some black pants I could mix in there. But yeah, so went there, got this lobster tartare, came cracked and everything. So it was just a lobster.
Was it butterfly laying over the shell?
There's no shell.
Oh no, you didn't get like a lobster tail. You gotta.
Yeah. I'll actually show you a picture.
Are you sure you're not trying to say tartar?
Could be. That sounds like the sauce though, and that doesn't sound as expensive as. I think it was $31 for the meal.
Yeah, but the name doesn't matter.
That right there is the lobster. So if you guys are,
I love lobster.
If you guys are listening, we'll throw it on screen. You can mark this down too.
Yeah, that's lobster.
So the first bite, I'm like, how good can it be? Right? Ate it, and I didn't even know what to say.
Really?
I was like, oh my god,
it was that good.
I was like, oh my god. And Shayna ate it too, and we're just looking at each other like, whoa. Would you? This is the greatest thing ever.
Consider you and Shayna to be picky eaters, or not so much?
I would say no.
No,
I don't do a ton of seafood, so we did an appetizer, the steaks, and then each got a side. In the appetizers, there was like scallops were in there. I was like, I don't know if I can.
I'm a fan of scallops.
See, that's what people say too, but I was like, I don't know. I can't. I want something that I know that I'd probably like. I don't want to risk it. Big expensive meal, and then I don't even touch it. So I skipped on the scallops. There's one other seafood thing that I skipped on. But this lobster, it must have been rice. It's like lobster sitting on top of rice. Unreal. So I was like, oh my God. Filet mignon comes out. The most perfectly cooked steak I've ever seen in my life.
How'd you get it cooked?
Medium rare.
Good.
So you just cut into it. It's like butter.
Right.
It just like flops over. And just like the whole thing is perfectly red. Ate it and I'm like, oh my God, this is how good steak tastes. Even Shannon was like, yeah, this is a little bit better than the steak that you make. And I'm like, they're not getting it from Marketplace Foods over there. And it's not an $8 sirloin.
Yeah.
Liam and I, while you were in Vegas, also wined and dined ourselves a little bit.
Yeah.
We had surf and turf tacos.
Yeah.
Steak and shrimp tacos.
There you go.
And we each had a nice bottle of Glenfiddich 12-year.
Mm-hmm.
Or a nice glass, not a bottle each.
I was like, wow, you guys really got into it.
Yeah. We would have been getting into it if we each had a bottle.
Each had a bottle.
We would have been on the floor kissing each other at that point.
And you were anyways.
All it took was a couple sips.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, we had some shrimp and steak tacos that we made. Oh, solid. Man.
I would compare lobster as like that lobster is just like a a better shrimp. So it's like shrimp's like the Walmart version, and then the lobster's like, I'm just a juiced up.
That's the
shrimp.
shitty part about living where we live is that the freshest seafood you can get isn't very fresh, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was unbelievable. The side I got, a bacon mac and cheese. I don't know how the hell they made it, because I've had good bacon mac and cheese. I don't know if you've been to Longhorn. They got a great steakhouse mac and cheese. Unreal. I ate this. I'm like, this blows Longhorn out of the water.
This blows
Unreal. And I was so full after just the lobster and the steak, but there's no way I was leaving the food on the table. So we ate everything. Shayna got like these carrots, and I hate cooked carrots. And they tasted like potatoes. They had like honey over them. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna nut.
The way you're talking about this.
How were the portions?
Well, it was an 8-ounce filet mignon. So
it's decent, I guess.
Do you know what it came looking like?
Hockey puck.
Yes. So I knew, no, it was just, it looked like a golf ball, a little bit bigger of a golf ball.
Oh, really? It was that?
It's like it's just like so it came on a big white plate, steak here, and then like a puree on the outside of it. That was the only thing that was on the plate.
Yeah.
So that, and then steakhouse mac and cheese came on a skillet about this big. Came with 10 carrots, probably this long. Carrots were unbelievable. I was like, oh my God, I didn't know carrots could taste good. She comes back. She's like, what are you thinking for dessert? As we're both just going to explode from eating all the food. So yeah, it was really good. Definitely worth it because we had the $100 dining credits. I think it ended up costing $100. Yeah, and it was awesome. So now I think that's turned me into a foodie.
I've been a foodie. Like if I went to a place like that, dude, I would be like looking for the most bizarre thing I could find on the menu, so I could try.
I would have got a tomahawk steak.
Yeah, well, $65 for their smallest steak. So I was like, I can't spend it. There's $120. Yeah.
You could have just at any point said, Shayna, we're splitting this check and this is my $100 gift card. So,
yeah, I mean, if I didn't get whacked in gambling so bad, I probably would have done that.
Yeah.
You
should have laid off on the headphones.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah. Also another update I want to give. My new favorite place to play craps in Vegas is at the Cromwell. I've learned that if you play at the Flamingo, Link, Harrah's area, which is where I'm usually at, the dealers are just shitty. Not like their skills are shitty, but they're just shitty to be around. It's not fun.
They're not all personable.
It's they're all just Asians. They're all wearing masks and they don't talk to you. And I'm like,
they're all just Asians.
Well, they are. I'm not saying that's bad, but it's just like, it's not like we're connecting.
Well, you're not saying that it helped.
Well, it didn't. But
it didn't.
But it's not like they wanted to be my friend, you know?
Right. And I've gambled with you in Vegas and I know how badly you want to befriend the dealers.
Oh my God. It's the greatest thing ever. Yeah. So I finally walked over to the Cromwell and I'm like, let's just give another place a shot. And it was awesome. You know, there was we had the same dealers both times we played there, same crew. Jamal, whitest guy ever. Shane and Sarah. So yeah, I thought that was interesting with Jamal. Just a white bald guy. Very interesting. No, I didn't. But so I'm playing with them. They're awesome. They're like bantering back and forth with you. They're giving you shit. This one guy, every time you'd roll, he'd set the point and then he'd 7 out. And the Sarah chick's like, one roll, no butter. And I was like laughing because they're saying sayings like that. The one time there was a dice is like flipped up on a chip and then it flipped over onto a 7. And this chick was like, she had it in her mouth and the kids walked in. And I've used that line before.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is awesome. They're doing chip tricks. Jamal, like this is the first time I get there and I throw in a $5 boxcars. He takes the chip, slams it on the table, scares me almost, like on its side like this, slams it, spins, shoots all the way to the edge of the table, rolls right back to him, picks it up and sets it down. And I looked at him like, and I looked up.
Did you immediately go and $5 for the dealer box card too?
Well, that's what gets you going on tipping. So
yeah.
So it's a good time. They're bantering back and forth where you'd much rather lose your money playing with dealers like that than I'm at the Flamingo and they got their masks up. They won't talk to you. They just take your money when you lose. They pay you when you win. So that was way better. Still got whacked there. Sad. But while we were playing, the guy one table over at the Pai Gow table, $1.1 million. He hit it while we were at the Cromwell.
For what was the game?
Pai Gow. So Pai Gow poker, basically you get dealt 5 cards or 7 cards. I can't remember exactly. And then the dealer gets 5 and then you have to beat their hand. And if you have it in your hand, which is like a royal flush, if you get dealt this and there's like a dragon bonus, you win the jackpot. So we're talking to the dealers who we've now built a rapport with. And I'm like, what? She's like, oh, that guy over there just won $1.1 million. And I'm like, what guy? So I looked over. She's like, the guy in the black hat. He's just sitting there like this, arms crossed, not saying a word. I'm like, why is he not fucking jumping through the ceiling?
Because he was down 1.2.
No, he didn't know. And I was like, they're like, he doesn't know he won it. I'm like, what do you mean he doesn't know he won it? He's like, well, once he hits it, the screen just says jackpot pending and it doesn't tell him the price. So unless like you're paying attention to the screen and you know what it is. So they're like, yeah, it's jackpot pending. And I'm like, well, when are you guys going to tell him how much you won? They're like, we'll get to it. They're like, there's a lot of paperwork and stuff they got to go through. So he ends up winning 1.1 million. And I'm literally like, from me to, not Nathan, but me to the stairs away.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's so crazy. I was sitting right there. Everyone at the table that's playing with him got $4,000 or $5,000 just for sitting at the table. And then we come back the next day because those things take a while to pay out. Same crew, same dealers. And I'm like, oh, how'd that, they ended up getting that jackpot paid out? I'm like, oof. I'm like, what? They're like, oh, touchy subject. I'm like, okay. They're like, took a lot longer than it needed to. I'm like, well, that doesn't seem like that big of a deal, right? I'm like, well, how much did he end up winning after taxes? And they're like, I took home $900,000. He gave everybody else at the table, all the other players there, $4,000 each.
Yeah.
And then he tipped the dealer. They're not allowed to tell you how much he tipped, but he's like, oh, it was like 0.00001 to the 27th power. I'm like, oh my God. So they were super pissed because he takes home $900,000. He gives everyone else at the table $4,000. He gave the dealer maybe $1,000. So they were super pissed. And then that's when I got whacked for a lot. I'm like, that was bad energy at the table. The crew was pissed.
His bad juju.
Yeah.
So like when somebody wins 1.1 million, do they have to like get the Secret Service in to escort him back to his room so he doesn't get robbed on the way?
It's got to be something. Because
You know what I mean?
they don't bring out a briefcase of $1 million, but they probably give you $100,000 in cash and then wire you the rest, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Which would be insane.
That would be insane.
Oh my God.
I tell you what, if that happened when we were there, I would say everyone saddle up. We're going back to the room and we're throwing $100,000 at each other.
Oh my God, I forgot this story. I was one card away from 40 grand.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Another story that starts with me getting whacked at everything I was doing. We were just walking up at the casinos, play craps, lose all my money. Walk the next one, lose all my money. I'm like, this sucks. I'm like, what do you want to do? So walk past a let it ride table and let it ride. You get dealt 3 cards and the dealer gets 2 cards.
Yeah.
So the best 5 card hand. I get dealt 4, 5, 8 of clubs. So a straight flush draw. So the dealer, I'm like, whatever. Who hits a straight flush? Jackpot for a straight flush is $37,000. So she rips over 6 of clubs. I'm like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
And Shayna doesn't know poker, so she's like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, 7 of clubs hits here. We just won 40 grand.
Yeah.
So the dealer, and I'll never forget her, Tanya. She was the most, out of all those Asian dealers that didn't like playing with me, she was awesome. She's like, oh, let's go. And she was rubbing her card, 2-handed. And I was like, oh my God, I have to hit the 7. Yeah, I know. I was like, I have to hit 7 of clubs for 40K. Rips it over. It was like the 8 of diamonds. I was like, fuck.
Damn.
So yeah, it's the closest I've ever been to a jackpot. But I was like, what would I have done if I would have hit 40K?
Immediately right to Keno, $2.50 bets.
I think I wouldn't have moved. I would have just sat there. Because I don't want to make anything void.
Yep.
I don't want them to be like, oh, you ran away from the table cheering. You have to stay at the table to get paid out. I would have said, oh my fucking God. And sat there for the next 3 hours until they paid me out.
Wait, constantly updating your bank until the wire comes through.
I'm like, when is it going to go in? So yeah, that was super interesting. I wish I would have hit it. That would have been fun. That would have been a way better story for the podcast.
Yeah. Would have been really cool.
But yeah. So yeah, it was a good time. Vegas was fun. Other than that, I was over it. Wanted to come back. Trying to think if there's any other stories, but I think that's about all. Vikings won a $100 bet on the Vikings. Thank you. Thank you, Josh Dobbs, the pastronaut. It's a good time. And Allegiant, like, come on. Can we get one flight that leaves on time? Would be great.
They whack you at that too?
Yeah. Just go whacked all over the city.
Just a whack.
It was, yeah. So when we were leaving Bismarck, we got put on a plane and they're like, oh, we got some ice on our wings when we were flying in. So we got to bring a truck to spray them off, which, whatever. Bring the truck. don't know if they brought the truck from Afghanistan, but it got there and they're like, we brought the wrong truck. What do you mean? So then they had to bring that one back, go get another truck. So we were sitting on the plane for an hour, sprayed off the wings and everything. And then we finally left. Leaving Vegas, we get up at 5 a.m. and our flight's at 7 a.m. Get there. Everyone gets on. We go through security. We get on the plane. We're sitting there like 3 minutes away from takeoff. Girl comes in with the vest. You know, the people that don't like leave with the plane, but they're at the gate, whatever you call them, comes in. She's like, all right, everybody, we got to get off the plane. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean we got to get off the plane? We put you on the wrong plane. I'm like, how do you put people on the wrong plane? So apparently there's a hydraulic leak. They didn't know the plane had a hydraulic leak and we had to go in the plane right next to us. So they had to get us all off. I'll do all the onboarding, switch planes, bring the other plane in. We had to just move one gate over. It was like literally one door over. Then we boarded. So it was like 2 hours delayed. I'm like, I can't do it. I've never been on a flight that's actually left on time. That's a lie. I have. But it seems like a majority of the time it does not.
What the hell?
But I'm back.
Hey, you made it.
Yeah, and I'm ready to go back again.
You made it. Yeah, you got whacked a little bit, but you got some new headphones. You came close.
Headphones are nice too.
Are they worth it?
Yeah. Well, no. But I'm an Apple snob and fun to listen to. Yeah, it's a good time. We're going to have to title this episode Las Vegas and
Vegas
the Ice
Update
Age.
and Ice Age.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the Ice Age.
What do you got any updates for us?
45 minutes in? What'd you guys do?
Perfect.
I played parking lot football and threw my shoulder out.
Parking lot football. We had some comments actually.
Yeah, we
Maybe we'll get
one.
Maybe we'll get into them next week.
Through
I don't have them.
We're gonna have to give them a timestamp of if you want to hear about the Ice Age, skip to 1 hour and 30 minutes into the episode.
Yeah. I don't have the comments culminated, so
There are multiple though, huh?
Yeah, I mean we're posting clips now. We even got one person that commented, said something on the, like you can put it on a poll on the episode, either Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and they said something on there. I can't remember who it was, but they said, now I can't think of Kip without thinking of Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, that was my coworker.
Yeah. So it's a good time. Yeah, we'll do the comments next week.
Good deal. Liam?
No updates for me. Just been working all the time.
That's cool. But how about the Ice Age?
Yep.
He's like, no, I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I've been good.
I actually didn't write any notes. I just hoped this update would carry us through this episode.
We could do the update. How many notes do you have?
6
page and
words.
Couple page and a half.
We can rip the Ice Age.
Well, let's do it.
Because this page and a half will get us to
Our
our episode time. Yeah.
So, what is an ice age?
It's a period.
An ice age is a long period of reduction in the temperature of Earth's surface and atmosphere, resulting in the presence or expansion of continental and polar ice sheets and alpine glaciers. Earth's climate alternates between ice ages and greenhouse periods, during which there are no glaciers on the planet.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So we go from all ice to all green to all ice, just back and forth?
We fluctuate.
Interesting.
And people are worried that the ice caps are melting and we're all going to die.
Yeah.
But the Earth does this all the time. There's nothing we can do.
Well,
the Earth does this all the time.
Well,
I'd like
if
to
the Earth
interject.
does this all the time and we go through cycles, what are we going to do to stop it?
Well, the Earth naturally did it at some point.
Pangea.
No, well, no, not that. No, not Pangea. That's
You're in the ballpark.
I'm going to name my kid
Yeah.
Pangea. If you had to name your kid some earthy, that is what I'd do. Pangea.
really.
Pangea Bennett. Would be a guy or girl. I don't know.
Clay.
Clay. After
That's
your middle name?
anyway. Yeah.
It works, doesn't
Yeah. Rock.
Yeah.
it? That guy already did it.
Yeah.
I'd go Vine.
Vine.
Yeah.
Vine Owens.
Sure. First
Okay.
thing that came to my head.
Soil.
Soil.
Dirt.
Middle name Your Pants.
Jock.
Hold on, I'd like to interject. We did get one comment that I remembered from Alex Shaneborn, and he says, "Come on," I'm paraphrasing this. "Come on, Jim or boys or something like that. We can't be, if we're going to be professional podcasts, we can't be reading notes on the show." So I don't know what Alex expects. if he thinks we're gonna memorize.
Yeah, you're right, Alex. I should have went back to college and majored in the Ice Age.
So yeah, I mean, we're doing new topics every week. So I think the majority of our audience is okay with us reading the notes to get us to the next talking point, but maybe not. Also, I have an update on the chip story. I don't know if you guys remember this story, because my father has said your podcast is getting a little bit unfactual. What's the word? Misleading.
He thinks there's too much fluff.
No, I said, well, what do you mean? And he said your story about Chip, which is his buddy Clay, which is a good name. He's named after the earth. His buddy. So his buddy Clay, we called him Chip because I thought he threw a chip across the room, caught it in his mouth, and was choking on it. Right? You guys remember that story or no?
Yeah, I remember you saying that now.
So he said this. So the real story is when he introduced him to me, or I don't know if it was me or somebody else, but he had a bunch of chips in his mouth and he was choking on them while he was shaking this guy's hand saying, "Hey, I'm Clay," but it sounded like Chip. So he's like, Chip. So he was saying Chip. So that's actually where his name Chip came from. So I'd just like to clear the air on that.
So he was choking on chips.
Yeah, but
Either way,
the
you were
throw it
right.
across the room part is he threw a Jello shot across the room and it hit him in the face.
We
Or he
are a
caught it in the mouth or
podcast
something.
that stories are based on a true story, just like how some of these movies are.
Yeah.
Means like maybe a little bit of it actually happened, but
That's-
most of this shit is
That's
you
our new
smoke up your ass.
the
You know what I
three
mean?
dudes slogan based on a true story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it all is.
Loosely
Everything.
based.
Yeah, because we're not trying to lie to you guys.
No,
No,
I would not
we're
intentionally
not trying to tell
do
you the
that.
truth either. So
Yeah, that's what. Well,
we're just trying to tell
to get
you.
the point across, we're gonna make up some numbers and some names.
Yeah,
It's-
we're
it's
gonna remember
easy.
what we can remember.
Yeah, it's easy. It's just better that way.
Yeah, so
What
that's
else?
all my interjection. I apologize.
You got anything more on the Ice Age?
That's it.
Thanks for telling us what it is. We'll see you guys.
So Earth is currently in the Ice Age right now, called
Bullshit.
It's true. It's true.
I haven't seen. When's the last time you saw ice?
Last
You got me.
Today, I filled up my water bottle.
Yeah, but like ice, like out in the wild. Like wild
your
ice.
whole driveway every
Wild
winter.
ice. Yeah.
Yeah, but does that count? I'm talking like big chunks that move.
Yeah, your whole driveway every winter.
Like a glacier?
Yeah.
I've never been in a place where glaciers are.
Well, you'd think the ice age, they'd be everywhere.
Listen, I didn't go to college for this, Alex. So I'm sorry. This is just what the notes are
But give
telling
me your
me
best educated guess.
on why we're not in an ice age right now. Is that what you
No, on why we are, because you said we are, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's what this says.
Yeah. According to this.
Yeah. It doesn't. So if you want me to jump ahead,
I don't want you
It's
to.
got to
I
be
want-
because
yeah, but
there's still giant
this is gonna
polar
segue.
ice sheets.
This is going to segue.
You talk about Antarctica.
Essentially, yes.
Antarctica.
So how cold was it during the Ice Age? About 46 degrees Fahrenheit.
What's the word that I always fuck up?
Celsius?
No. Nuclear.
yeah.
Yeah. Nuclear?
And what is it? Antarctica?
Yeah, there's Antarctica and the Arctic.
Yeah, but what did I say? Antarctica.
Antarctica?
You're saying it like it's your
Arctica.
aunt.
Arctic.
Well, he messed with me now.
No,
I don't know how to say
no.
it.
I wasn't
Yeah.
telling you how to say it. You said Antarctica, which is correct, and then I said Antarctica. The north, because you said the south one, and
Gotcha.
I was saying the
I
north.
thought you were correcting me. I was like,
No,
how
I
do
was-
you say it then? Okay, I gotcha. So what did you say about Fahrenheit?
So, how cold was it during the Ice Age?
Negative
Average temperature.
negative 70.
Average temperature about 46 degrees Fahrenheit.
What?
Yeah.
The ice age
So
with
now
the
it
big
must be
woolly
like
mammoths.
what is it, like 60 something now?
So you're talking about woolly mammoths.
Based on their models, the researchers found that the global average temperature from 19,000 to 23,000 years ago was about 46 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 11 degrees Fahrenheit colder than the global average temperature of the 20th century,
So it's
per
like-
a University of Michigan statement.
So that's all of Earth, even like
That is
even
all of
Ecuador.
Earth. So if you were to
Yeah.
say the entire Earth, so this is how I visualized it when I read it. If the equator, so what runs through Florida, if it was 46 degrees in Florida, people would lose their minds.
Yeah.
So that's saying here in North Dakota, it would probably be like negative 112.
It's cold.
It's really cold.
That's yeah, we'll just roll with it. But yeah, okay.
We're spitballing. We're not. We're spitballing.
Did you not just hear our disclaimer 5 seconds ago?
Hell, man.
We're making up numbers and we're making up names.
So no, you didn't make up the numbers. You just made up what the hell the numbers meant.
Yes.
Yeah. Which sure, man.
Hey, let's throw it over to the fact check corner.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the average. Florida would be
No, it
70.
wouldn't say that's what the temperature is in Florida and then it gets colder. It's saying like if you took the average temperature in the North Pole and then the average temperature at the equator and then you took the average of those two temperatures, the coldest and the hottest, that's the average temperature of the Earth.
You wouldn't be finding. You wouldn't be finding an average. You'd be finding the median of the two temperatures. But whatever.
That's the middle.
Math lady gift.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually not the middle. It's like the average.
You
So
just
we're in an
totally
ice age.
switched stuff on me.
So we're in an ice age right now. Huh?
So they say that we're in an ice age right now. We are called the
When are we going to be in?
quaternary glaciation. Say that.
Glaciation.
Glaciation.
Where do you see in this? Quaternary glaciation? Glaciation?
See, he did it too.
Yeah. Nuclear.
Yeah. Glaciation. And
Glaciation.
I feel like
Glaciation.
I should be saying Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Glaciation. Individual pulses of cold climate within an ice age are termed glacial periods, or alternatively, glacials, glaciations, glacial stages, stadials, stades, or colloquial. Man,
Colloquial. So what you're telling.
I see.
Ugh. So what you're saying is that this global warming is natural. We get warmer and then we're going to get colder. And then
It is, yes, it does. It's supposed to fluctuate through time like this, but I think right now with
they need votes
with greenhouse gases and stuff like that, I think what?
He didn't say nothing. He did not a political podcast.
Yeah.
No, but we as humans with what we have going on are affecting it much differently than it naturally has before.
Climate change is a thing that naturally happens.
Well, we're doing it on
global
purpose.
warming is
us.
They're saying that the humans are speeding up the process.
But we wanted to, because who wants to be in an ice age? It's a
The
good
woolly
question.
mammoths,
Isn't
did.
it? It's a great question. It's a really good
Polar
one.
bears.
it's-
Polar bears.
Yeah, we're killing the polar
Penguins.
They're not. They don't have a seat on the board. You think we're letting polar bears vote?
I'm all for the earth, man. I'm starting to recycle now. Like
Dude, we are a very green household.
we are a very greenhouse.
Yeah. Why don't you
Yeah.
get electric vehicles?
That's not good for the earth.
I said we're a greenhouse. We're not pussies.
That does not electric vehicles do not benefit anything. You know what it is? With what it takes to make the batteries for these electric vehicles and the amount of power that it takes to charge them, and we're still reliant on
Coal
power.
and fossil fuels.
To charge one vehicle, it would be like the same as powering like 260 houses. So we're really not winning.
And this is coming from a guy who does electric for a living.
There's not. It's all a facade. Until they make a better way to do it. Right now, we're not ahead. We should be.
Yeah.
And the
People
whole,
just want to sit on their high horse.
exactly.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I was just going to say something else. What were we talking about before that?
I'll throw this in there. So like global warming and like emissions and stuff like that. It's only the top like 10 companies in the planet that run these buildings. Though they contribute 80% of the gases that are for global
And it's all
warming.
China.
Pretty much, yeah. If those were cut out, like your cars and trucks driving around, that's nothing.
And cow farts.
Yeah.
That argument is
Cow farts ruin us?
that's what one of the arguments is you got to stop eating beef because there's too many cows and they fart methane.
Sounds like we need to eat more beef, kill all the cows.
That's what I'm saying.
Nathan, do some research on this. I heard that the Antarctic or Antarctica,
North or south?
I don't know, but one of them has a treaty, and it's the only treaty that every single
South one.
nation in the world has signed.
Right. What are they hiding from us?
Yeah, and you
They
can't
are hiding something.
and you can't go up there.
Exactly.
Explore. Like
Because
you cannot.
they're hiding something.
What do you think it is?
I don't know, but if we talk any more about it, we're going to get red dots on our chests. Dude.
It's the flat Earth ice wall. What do you mean? What are they hiding?
Ice wall.
God.
Something's going on up there, man.
So it was the Antarctic Treaty System,
Yeah.
and it's basically, since it's like uninhabited by people, and in 1959 there was 12 countries who had like their own scientists out there, and they all just came to the treaty, where it was just basically a place for, I think,
Nobody can
science
claim it.
exploration. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something seems fishy, right?
It's like it
what
belongs
else?
to everybody and not one person, but we're not going to let anybody go there because it's the edge of the world and we don't want anyone to fall off or discover the truth.
Yeah.
We're going to keep them in the matrix.
Speaking of Alex, talking about us not having notes, he's a flat earther. So
Good for him. He's finally opened his mind.
Are you serious about this or not? Because God, do you sell it, man? You sell it so good.
I'm just saying that my whole thing when I say that space is fake and the Earth is flat is I don't necessarily believe that.
But we don't really know.
But my
that
whole
what you're
thing
getting
is
at?
like I don't trust anything that has been told to me. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like question everything. That's what I mean behind that.
I always think
But
about
I
that
also
when,
do mean that it's flat.
when people say like science or not science, but like religion, it's like, oh, you believe in God? Have you ever seen God? And they're like, well, no. It's like, oh, but you believe scientists? Have you ever met these people from thousands of years ago? Or are you just taking their word for it? Just like we're taking the word Jesus, you know?
Right.
It's like, oh, this guy 3,000 years ago, we're just passed along this information about science. I think you can prove a little bit more of that, though. But
I think for them to say that, like, oh, you just believe in the word of these scientists and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah. That is entirely how we know what has built us around today.
Right. You take everything for face value and you decide whether you want to put your faith in that or that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, okay, at some point, we were all babies.
where are we
Like-
going with this?
So, like, what I'm saying is like, this, you're not just gonna have this kid and then like when he's like 10 or 11 years old, he goes, and this is on like the 1700s. He goes, yeah, rocket ship to the moon would sound cool. Like none of that stuff was even a thought yet.
Yeah.
Like there are building blocks to where we are now. Like,
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
we're gonna take the word of what's going on right now.
At some point,
But what if
1600s.
everything that we've been taught like isn't actually what happened in the past? Like what
Maybe-
if they altered the history books? You know what I mean? Like
Maybe.
how do you alter it to everybody, though?
at some point you start teaching
That's what we talk
everybody
about.
something else.
This could be the Las Vegas Ice Age government conspiracy. But like, how do you? That's why I would say when people are like, this big conspiracy, the government is doing this. How do you? I can't even imagine the logistics of trying to trick the masses. Like, you know how many people you'd have to fool, and how many people would have to just live up to their word, be like, I won't tell.
It's possible.
It's just over
I mean,
time.
How though?
It doesn't take long.
Just think about
you do it publicly. You do it like
think about
television.
the
especially
whole
makes it easier.
JFK thing. Everybody was like, "There's no way." Like, the U.S. the government didn't do it. There's no way. And then 60 years later, come to find out, the government basically had it all planned out for that.
Is that confirmed?
The CIA admitted to it that they had a hand in the JFK assassination. Like,
Really?
just in like the past year.
I gotta see that article. They're like, yeah,
It's there.
we did it. Aliens are real too.
See that now that
That's what they said.
The war on drugs. Conspiracy.
What do you mean?
So
Like when the opium stuff?
he's
or
talking
no?
about like how
I'm
the
gonna-
government
I'm gonna-
trafficked in drugs.
I'm going to
Oh.
spitball a lot of this because I just briefly read it and I don't care about mostly anything that ever happens in my life ever. So everything's just in passing.
Yep.
But I think is what it happened was the government needed something or a way to remain sustainable. And so they ushered in and they said, these drugs are really bad and you shouldn't be doing them anymore, because everyone remembers Woodstock and everyone was doing drugs and this and that. And they're like, okay, times are getting too good.
Yeah, they're having too much fun.
Yeah. We need to put all these drugs into these neighborhoods and we need to say that they're really bad and start handcuffing and policing these people. And so it was all just this big.
So you think they just gave them to the people and then arrested them?
Like the whole thing was the government trafficked the drugs in to give to the public.
Yeah.
Because now you start having to pay taxes on prisons and funding the government with taxes and stuff like that.
They needed more money.
I saw this one thing where this dude was talking, and he said that there are estimates that like at one point, like 80% of the U.S. like funding was drug money. Like if it wasn't for drug money, that the world economic system probably would have collapsed at some point.
Yeah, because
makes sense.
Otherwise, they just get it from like me buying groceries.
Yeah,
which ain't very much.
Yeah. What do you got, Nathan? You find something?
Looks stressed over there, dude.
He's pushing his hat back, rubbing his head. He's like, God damn, I can't believe I have to look for this.
He's got the stress hat on, dude.
I opened up my iPad today, and the first thing that popped up was the Magna Pro Rider wheelies.
Magna what?
The wheelies.
Oh, yeah, wheelies. We're going to order some
wheelies.
Heelys, yeah.
Yeah.
We could do some wheelies on the Heelys.
And then
we forgot to get the wheelies.
Heelys.
Shit.
Trying to go through a bunch of stuff on the CIA admitting to JFK assassination.
Yeah. Did you find anything?
Just a bunch of papers.
Of course he didn't.
So it's true or not true?
Never finds anything.
Is Broden lying? That's what I'm asking.
There's something to it.
There is? Okay.
Yeah.
Good work, man. Good reconnaissance.
Dude, I'm
he
like
was in the
UAV.
CIA. That's how he knows. And then he got out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm probably like huge on the CIA's list because I don't believe nothing, man.
Yeah, you're probably.
I'm sure he's up in top 3. We got to watch out for this mass murderer, this leader of the drug cartel, and Broden wanted to Lake, North Dakota.
In North Dakota.
God, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They don't want me out in the public, man.
I'm sure not. That's why they let us.
Not this whistleblower. Get him behind bars.
Guys, if I disappear, you know exactly who it was.
They purposely made us start the show because everything we say, people are going to just take it and discount it. Be like, it's just a stupid little show, you know?
Yeah.
No, Broden's giving us real factual information that we're just glancing over.
Yeah. Whatever, dude.
He's like, CIA killed JFK. We're like, yeah, whatever.
I bet.
The top CIA whistleblower, Broden.
Yeah, bro.
Did he used to work there? No, he just studied him a lot.
He just knows.
He just knew it.
Sees him do it. Oh, man.
I want to study you.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Do we ever get any feedback about Liam's Oobleck clip?
Oobleck?
What'd you say?
Yeah, remember the punch?
Well, I know what we did, but I didn't know we called
Oobleck?
it that.
What's that?
That's the shit that you were punching.
Oobleck?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
It sounds like a Beatles song.
Says who? Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Oobla-dee,
I didn't name
oobla-da.
it.
I didn't even call it anything. I'd say
I don't know if people even got to the end of it. I haven't heard any words.
It's too bad.
If you missed last week's episode of the very end of the episode, Liam is.
I told you to put it at the start.
Oh, did I? Did you tell? Or I didn't.
I mentioned it.
Did you? Okay.
Anyways, go to the very end of last week's episode.
Go watch Liam just punching a hole into my countertop into Oobleck.
Which is a non-Newtonian fluid.
Of course. Yeah.
I told everyone I know about that. I said, you guys are not going to believe this.
I can believe what we stumbled upon. See, the whistleblower here is teaching us so much on the show.
Now all of a sudden we know things.
Yeah.
We know too much.
No, not enough.
So I'm saying when I disappear, you guys know exactly what happened to me.
Yeah. We'll
All
see.
right. What else you got on the Ice Age?
You
You got woolly mammoths on there?
Nothing.
You got a scene for us to act out yet?
I have one already pre-planned.
Oh,
Do you?
okay.
Yeah.
You brought it?
We better do it.
I came with it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll get it to you.
Okay.
All right.
Woolly mammoths. Did you guys ever watch the movie 10,000 BC? Because I thought that was during an ice age.
Probably, yeah.
They were big.
Huge.
They're actually smaller than modern day elephants.
A woolly mammoth?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, there's.
I'm not buying that.
I could probably wrestle one.
I could wrestle one too if it was the size of a cat.
No, they're just
You
a little
imagine a
bit smaller than an
cat-sized
African
woolly
elephant.
I don't know if that's true, Nathan. I'm just having you fact check Broden the whole time. He's
Whistleblower
pulled
over
shit
here.
out of his ass.
Well, to just type in what's bigger, a woolly
No,
mammoth.
don't type that in. Just type in is Broden right?
Yeah. Are we sure?
Dude, a woolly mammoth? I thought there were like those big
Massive?
like those big mining trucks. You know
God,
those
no.
trucks with the big tires?
Yeah, semi.
No. These are big.
No, I know what you're talking about. They make school buses look tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Mhm.
those things are.
I'm pretty. Yeah. Liam, keep going though while we wait for Nathan here.
Yeah. So individual pulses of cold climate within an ice age are
Nathan.
termed glacial periods, and an intermittent warm periods within ice age are interglacials or interstadials. In glaciology, ice age implies the presence of extensive ice sheets in the northern and southern hemispheres, which is why we're in an ice age right now.
Yes. Nathan.
So you just want to know how big a woolly mammoth was?
Is it smaller than an elephant?
I just have how big a woolly mammoth is.
Does it have like
It's-
Oh,
like
fine.
it's
Tell us
about
how
10 to
big that
12
is.
feet
10 to 12 feet?
Yeah.
Long or tall
tall.
hard?
or soft?
10 to 12 feet.
Tall?
Yeah, that's what it says.
No, we're not saying you're
Okay,
wrong.
how about this? Let's just get right to the point here.
12
What's
feet
bigger, a woolly mammoth or
How-
an elephant?
how-
Working on it.
Tall is the average elephant. Because if they're like 10 to, okay, so woolly mammoths are 10 to 12 feet. I'm like 6. So that's sitting at about
To
half.
you.
That's sitting about half. Yeah.
Not even that big.
You give
can
me
ride it.
you give me a spear, 6-foot spear, 12. I got a chance.
Yeah.
I don't.
For
Yeah,
sure.
that's
That's what they were
sucks.
killing.
It's almost annoying now that I know that.
A woolly mammoth was bigger.
Was it bigger?
What?
We kinda-
Elephants are.
Or no, okay.
That's what I thought.
Well, I
Oh,
typed it
you-
in. The first thing was a woolly mammoth, but it says a woolly mammoth was about the same height or same weight as an African savanna elephant, 4 to 6 tons, but shorter and more compact.
Which makes perfect sense because
But-
they had to brace themselves from the cold.
Both are also bigger than Asian and forest elephants. So there's different types of elephants that have different sizes.
Asians are usually smaller ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you know that, bro?
Everyone knows that.
No, everyone.
Whistleblower.
Yeah, like such a random.
Because
That's our
Broden-
new t-shirt.
Because in the lab,
It's Broden with a whistle in his mouth,
Yeah.
like a dart. Just
waiting.
yeah.
In the
Dude.
lab, because they found woolly mammoth DNA and then they made a new one. And they have him up in the Antarctica where no one can see him. And he's just hanging
Except
out.
Broden.
I saw him.
He's a frequent flyer.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like Bigfoot, man. I got Bigfoot in my backyard, chained to an apple tree.
Dude. Yeah, that sucks.
Why?
Because his whole childhood his whole life up until now, he was thinking that a woolly mammoth was like the size of a dinosaur, like just massive.
Imagine using the word mammoth for something that's not mammothian.
Mammothian.
I love that you just said that. That's so cool.
Mammothian.
Yeah.
It's not a word, but you
I think
know what
it
I'm
is
talking
now.
about.
Mammothian.
Yeah,
Mammoth like.
Yeah.
like a behemoth.
I like that.
See?
That means small, I think.
Yeah, so basically he's just disappointed that everything that he's seen in media and cinema
Is
that where they saw a woolly mammoth and it was 50 feet tall with an 86-foot long trunk and
yeah, it's like cool. An elephant, just a cold elephant. That's what a woolly mammoth is. A
Yeah.
hairy elephant.
No. That's essentially it. With big tusks.
Yeah,
For
just
whatever
like an
reason.
elephant.
that sucks, man.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Sorry to break your goose here.
Yeah, bro's just in here just ruining my
Blowing
childhood.
whistles.
What do we got on this?
What do you mean?
Like episode length?
Yeah. I could just
We can cut
I
it
could
whenever
just
if you
jump to 10 cool facts.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm starving. I got a couple frozen chicken sandwiches waiting for me.
I got some lobster tartare. Speaking of that, Gordon Ramsay
Tartar.
was filming there. outside of Hell's Kitchen.
Serious? You saw him?
When you were there?
Didn't see them. They were setting up, and it's funny because we walked past. So we had some time before our reservation. So we walked over to the absinthe tent, and we're like, oh, we'll go have one of those drinks. Because I just remember how good they were. They were not as good as when I was super hammered the last time I had them. It was grapefruit. I don't really like grapefruit. But
Weird.
walked past the security guard, and he's talking to this other security guard. And he's like, yeah. Because we're wondering what the setup was. Outside, there's like metal gates, and they had like a pop-up kitchen. Like it was like a cooking show. And I overhear him talking to the other security guard, and he's like, yeah, Gordon Ramsay's filming something here tonight. So I turn, I'm like, what? He just looks at me, and I'm like, do you mean like the Gordon Ramsay? He's like, you didn't hear that. And he just turns his head.
You didn't hear that.
I'm like, okay. So then we walk in, had a drink, and then wasn't filming when we went into the restaurant. We left the restaurant, still wasn't filming. So I don't know when we ended up filming, but
You should have blew the whistle on it.
I was gonna say big whistleblower.
I was gonna. There's a Twitter account X, and Vital Vegas, and he kind of breaks all the news on what's going on in Vegas. I was gonna send him a message, be like, Gordon Ramsay's filming outside of Hell's Kitchen, so he could break the news. I could be like, boom. I do not want to remain anonymous. Make sure people know that I said it. You know those messages like, I'll give this info. I want to remain anonymous.
Yeah,
I do not. Plaster my name everywhere.
I'm famous.
Yeah. Yeah, he was filming there. I saw he was filming outside of the Flamingo. They were showing it at F1. Would have been cool to see, but
Did that already happen?
F1, it was last night.
Was it?
Yep.
Sweet.
Did it fully happen? Because I saw there was a little hiccup with the.
Practice round, yeah. They forgot to weld down one of the manhole covers.
Mm-hmm.
Blew up a car.
Yeah, a like
Blew up the bottom
$1.3
engine of it.
million car.
God.
My ex-roommate was there.
Driving?
Nope. He was the
Oh.
pit crew.
What?
It's not the pit crew either.
Oh.
He was there watching.
So,
10 facts.
according to an anonymous source that I typed into Google, and they gave me 10 cool facts. Here's what they are: multiple ice ages. The Pleistocene epoch experienced several glacial and interglacial cycles, meaning there were multiple ice ages within this time frame. During the glacial periods, large ice sheets covered significant portions of the continents.
That was a cool one.
Cool.
Was that 10?
And I hope it goes up from there. Ice sheets and glaciers. At the peak of the last glacial period, around 20,000 years ago, ice sheets covered about 30% of the Earth's land area. The most extensive ice sheet, the Laurentide ice sheet, covered much of North America.
What do we mean by ice sheet? Like just a big...
Just a giant glacier.
It's
I wonder how big they were.
don't glaciers have to be in water?
No.
Are you sure?
Glacier's just a huge sheet of ice that
Is it?
that moves across. That's like how
But how would it move on land?
Slippery.
It's icy.
Pretty wet. Like, yeah.
the polar bears were pushing it with the mammoth.
Must have-
Get out of here.
Go.
Mammoth's
So that's how like a
Have you
lot
ever
of
seen like when an ice cube hits the floor, you drop it?
Yeah.
You know how it moves?
Yeah. It's that easy.
I'd assume it's pretty similar, but just a grander scale. That's like a miniature version. Nathan's going to...
The definition of a glacier is a slowly moving mass or river of ice formed by the accumulation and compaction of snow on mountains or near the poles.
Oh, so it has to slide down mountains.
right. That's how the Great Lakes were formed.
Yeah.
Is what they say.
They stopped in that area and melted.
Glaciers just totally
Really?
took out. I mean, sure. You know,
It's got to be. How else do you get that much water there? A hose? Garden hose?
Some guy took a piss.
Some guy.
It's going to be me in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a piss big enough to fill up the lake.
We're gonna be right behind you,
The sixth.
pissing on your bare
Next to me
ass.
is what you meant to say. Sea level changes. Due to the large amounts of water locked up in ice sheets, global sea levels dropped significantly during the Ice Age. In some areas, sea levels were more than 400 feet lower than they are today.
What would we do with all that space, dude? Like more football teams? Like,
On
More-
the coast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More apartment buildings on
Yeah.
the coast.
Longer beaches.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool. More
Yeah.
beaches.
Steeper beaches.
Yeah. 400-foot drop after this beach. It's straight into water.
Yeah, you want to go to the beach? They're like, have you been to the beach? Have you been to the edge of the beach?
Scary.
Yeah, it's not good.
Edge of the earth.
Cenotes.
It's flat. Land bridges. Lower sea levels expose land bridges, connecting continents that are now separated by water. One notable example is Beringia, a land bridge that connected Asia and North America, allowing the migration of humans and animals.
Really?
Alaska. Yeah. Alaska.
Oh,
to,
that way. That's Asia. Russia's Asia.
yeah,
Russia's Russia, I thought.
the very
General area.
east half of Russia is Asia.
Really?
Yeah, Russia's like the
What
only
else is
country that
Russia?
sits on 2 continents.
Europe.
Yep.
So what are the continents? Europe, Asia, India.
No.
Australia.
No.
Yes.
India's not one. India's part of
A
Europe.
subcontinent. India's part of Asia.
Yeah, I know.
India's
Yeah. North
India.
America, South America. The 2 top and bottoms. Yeah.
no, not the top, but the bottom.
Really? The Arctic?
Yeah, the Arctic, which is the North Pole, is not a continent because it's just ice. There's no land under it.
Really? So
Yeah.
if it melts, we're gonna get wet.
Probably not. Not us.
Santa quits.
We're in the middle of the continent. We'd probably be fine.
All right. What other fun shit you got in there, Liam?
Megafauna.
Large animals.
Really?
How'd you know that?
That's what megafauna. You've ever heard of flora and fauna?
No.
Plants and
No.
animals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all the
what do
time.
you mean? Yeah. You ever heard of these?
You guys ever do a science class in
Yeah.
ever?
9 years ago, dude.
You ever heard of flora and fauna?
Dude, why? This does not get locked into my brain like it does for you.
It baffles me every week, bro. There's
I
something
know.
out from high school that shouldn't be
You
remembered.
go- yeah. How do you? You
I
must
just
have
remember
actually-
shit, man. I don't know.
That's
I do.
so crazy, dude. I have 0 long-term memory. Short-term, you name it, dude.
Yeah.
The word I just said 13 seconds ago, megafauna.
Short-term memory.
Big ass animals.
You ask me again in a year?
So is a megafauna woolly mammoth?
The Ice Age was home to a variety of now extinct megafauna, including woolly mammoths, saber-toothed cats, giant ground sloths, and woolly rhinoceroses. I feel like
Oh.
that should be rhinoceri.
Why was everything woolly?
But dude, first of
Cold.
all, why have we only been hearing about woolly mammoths and not woolly rhinoceros? That's way cooler.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
Because apparently it was a size game that I got fooled on.
Nathan, what's the name of that big ass scary bear that used to be alive during like the saber tooth? It was like it's twice the size of a polar bear, like huge.
Yeah. I saw one that was
Mega
like
bear.
close.
It's like the short faced bear or something like that.
Giganta bear.
But
I saw one where there's like a plateau, probably 100 feet tall, with people standing on top of it, and there's a bear that size scraping at the edge of it, trying to get at him. I think it was fake.
It might have been.
Kodiak bears.
Kodiak bears.
Well,
Yep,
Kodiak-
that's the one I saw.
they're still around.
Yeah.
This is an
Yeah.
extinct animal, but Kodiak grizzlies are huge too. But
Yeah.
this bear I'm thinking of is like 2 or 3 times the size of a normal bear today.
That's where those
No, it's
pancakes come from. Kodiak.
Why'd you look so baffled that I denied you there?
I was like,
Because
what do you
see
mean?
that whistle in his mouth?
I know.
He's blowing it on bears.
He's blowing the bears right now.
Blowing the bear whistle.
There was a giant short-faced bear.
There we go.
That I knew. I saw that on.
Everyone knows the shark.
Yeah.
Of course.
It
That
was in
was
the
a-
Ice Age.
that was a given.
Found throughout the North America.
How big were they? Do they think?
Big.
Big.
Yeah, like 2 or 300, like 200 meters.
Reached heights of over 11
Or
feet.
300
when standing
meters.
It's an Empire State Building.
Only 600 to 900 feet tall. Yeah, 200 to 300 meters, I'd say.
It gotta be. Well, those people were up on that cliff and they was scratching this cliff, man.
Oh, God.
One,
300
one,
meters.
give us some more.
I have more. Don't you worry. Human migration. The lower sea
Get away
levels.
from the bears.
Yeah, needed to. Fucking things were 900 feet.
These things were a quarter mile.
You imagine?
The lower sea levels and land bridges facilitated human migration to different parts of the world. Early humans, such as Homo erectus and later Homo sapiens, took advantage of these connections to move and populate the new regions. That still happens today. People are still getting smuggled into our country and then living off of our government, and I have to pay their taxes. It's incredible. I go to work and I pay for you to live here. Anyway, Ice Age art. Early humans created some of the oldest known forms of art during the Ice Age. Cave paintings, such as those found in Lascaux Cave in France, depict scenes of animals and hunting, providing valuable insights into the lives of ancient humans. I wish
Running away from quarter-mile-long bears.
Yeah. The whole cave is just a bear and then just a tiny little person over there.
Imagine if they're proportional, though.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be big. Extinctions. While many large mammals adopted the cold climate, some species couldn't survive the environmental changes associated with the Ice Age. The end of the Pleistocene marked the extinction of numerous megafauna species.
Hopefully the woolly mammoth's extinct.
They can bring him back. I don't know if they will.
It's almost like we domesticated it into an elephant.
They got to sign him to a long-term deal first before they bring him back.
To who?
The woolly mammoth. To Team Megafauna.
Team Megafauna.
Megafauna.
That's... Last but not least, we have climate impact. The Ice Age had a profound impact on Earth's climate, shaping weather patterns and influencing the distribution of ecosystems. The interplay between ice ages and interglacial periods contributed to the dynamic climate we see today.
You want to know what I remember from science class? Bernoulli's principle. You know that one?
It's got to do with Bernoulli. That's air pressure and the way air moves, something like that.
Yeah, it is. You want to know why I always remember it? Because every single time I'm at the grocery store and I put a fruit or something into those bags, I open it and I blow from a distance. And the air pressure pulls in more air and opens the bag quicker.
That's what it is. Faster moving air creates less pressure.
Yeah.
That's what Bernoulli's principle is.
Yeah. And I say it every time. Whoever's grocery shopping with me, I blow into the bag, I go, Bernoulli's principle. And I just keep walking.
Every time.
Yep. So.
And you got
Who's grocery shopping with you?
Shayna.
So every time you say that to her,
Yes.
somebody's getting on the loudspeaker going,
annoyed.
we got a Bernoulli whistleblower, aisle 13.
Yeah, Bernoulli's here. He's telling people.
He's letting them know.
Yeah. You got a scene for us, or are we skipping it this week?
Oh, yeah.
We can't. No, we're never skipping an episode
I know.
again.
Well, that's
No.
just, yeah.
So,
Saved it till the end for our true fans.
you two are in the middle of killing a woolly mammoth.
Okay, give us more details. What
It's-
are we?
It's like
What do we have?
you have spears, a nice loincloth.
What's the temperature outside?
It's a little chilly.
Bit
Ice
like
Age.
fall temperature.
Yeah. I'd say put on a jacket,
Yeah.
Okay. But we don't have a jacket.
but you don't have a jacket.
All we have
So
is
right now you're trying to kill this
jock.
thing to get a jacket. Yeah.
Okay.
You have a
How
woolly
hungry are
mammoth
we?
jock shop. Starving. It's been days.
Have we just found it, or are we walking looking for it?
You
Are we about to attack it?
You are running towards it right now.
Okay.
Okay. Do we have names or are we just...
Nope, you figure it out. You might be just guys.
All right.
You make your own names.
All right.
You want to start?
You got
Broden or me?
spear. You got spears. Figure it out.
It's your sharpened.
Me go left. You go right.
You go first.
Okay.
You got him.
I hit the neck. You go. Hop on.
On you?
Grab knife. I take you. I take you to
likes
him.
it. I think he likes it.
Don't stab him in the genitals.
Where else do we stab him?
Stab throat. Stab throat now.
Hiya, hiya, hiya. I got him 3 times.
You got him good. Young man.
You're younger than I. He's alive.
It's alive.
Grab him. No, not there. Not there.
Oh,
Lower.
Get around his buttocks.
I am already here.
All right, scene.
Climb in.
Climb in.
Good.
We didn't even eat him. We just jumped.
That wasn't. We just jumped him. Just a hit and run. God, man.
It's a bit cold.
It's a bit. I'm cold.
Okay. Yeah, that was
hard.
Wow.
Roden immediately went with that. We don't have any talking skills.
Yeah. Sold. Sold on no language whatsoever.
Oh, God. All right.
Well, everyone, thanks for listening to the Vegas Update Conspiracy Non-Political Ice Age podcast.
whistleblowing.
Hope you liked
Yeah.
it. Merch designs are finalized. I think we'll have those within the next week. So hopefully we can give you an update on those next week. Have a good Thanksgiving. Have a good Black Friday. Have a good Cyber Monday.
And we'll see you all next week.
Yep.
Peace out.